I'm going to talk about the NGSS standards and why they are failing our students. But before I do, please click the like or subscribe button below. Hi, I'm Dr. Rebecca Woodbury, and I have been publishing science educational materials for the last 20 years, including the Real Science for Kids series. Most people think that the next generation science standards give educators all they need to provide a solid science education to students. But the standards aren't enough to teach a well-rounded science curriculum to prepare students for college-level courses and careers in STEM. And I get it. The experts say NGSS is the way to go. So let me ask you, does every student get a full understanding of science concepts from following the current standards? No, and actually students will not be prepared for college-level courses if schools continue to follow the standards. Educational standards help teachers to streamline their course planning and to condense the world of science to manageable algorithmic lessons. But if we only focus on the basic lessons, we end up missing essential content. What if in that reduction, the important parts of science, those that allow for more than a superficial understanding, are lost? The next generation science standards were developed to be the baseline for what students should be taught in science at various levels. They were not meant to be curriculum, nor were they meant to put a ceiling on what students can learn. When the NGSS were first released in 2013, the Fordham Institute published an extensive review that outlined many of the benefits and drawbacks of the standards. The Institute actually gave them a C grade for a number of reasons. First, the standards omit foundational content in chemistry and physics in the elementary and middle school grades, with a somewhat random selection of topics in high school. This will not foster the deep foundation students need for higher education. The assessment boundaries, while intended to keep students from being tested on ideas beyond their capability, often act as a limit on what teachers allow students to learn and what administrators allow to be taught. There are a number of reasons the NGSS alone are not enough to get our kids ready for college-level coursework, but the standards are extremely helpful to educators. The next generation science standards have a lot of excellent work and research behind them, and all we really need to do is expand on them. So let me ask you, do you want to only use the NGSS standards, or are you ready to expand upon them to give students a well-rounded science education? One way to do that is to use RATATAZ, a method I've developed that will help your student feel comfortable being introduced to complex subjects and accelerate their understanding with self-initiated questions. I've mapped out the best way for kids to learn science, and all the hard work of choosing where to begin has been done for you. Sequence matters, and we build it for you. And of course, each step of the RATATAZ method is backed by science.